Biden's speech last night. He took to the stage at about 11:30 East Coast time. He's usually in the land of Nod by then. Stayed up late, but his energy level was good. He delivered this speech. It was on a teleprompter. It was long. And essentially, he was telling everybody, hey, I have been a very successful and even brilliant president. Go.
As your president, I've been determined to keep America moving forward, not going back, to stand against hate and violence in all its forms, to be a nation where we not only live with but thrive on diversity, demonizing no one, leaving no one behind, and becoming the nation that we profess to be. I also ran to rebuild the backbone of America, the middle class. I made a commitment to you that I be a president for all Americans, whether you voted for me or not. We have done that.
No. You haven't even come close to doing that. You have not helped the middle class, the working class at all, in any way. That's the truth. And I'll back it up now. If you got a pen and paper, here we go. According to Customs and Border Patrol, 8.5 million foreign nationals have been encountered at the southern border. Another 3 million are called gotaways. Okay, they came over. It's about 12 million people that have crossed into the United States under the Biden-Harris administration. That is by far and away the biggest influx in the history of this country, and has cost close to $200 billion. We have $151 billion on the screen. That was in May. All right, and it's just overwhelmed the budgets of major cities like New York, of counties, of smaller towns, of border towns. This open border has crushed the fiscal profiles of cities, states, and counties. That's the truth. Now, who pays for that? Working and middle-class people. That's who pays. So that's number one on immigration. It's absurd to contend that you did a good job in that area. Secondly, the economy, personal stuff, all right? Gas prices up 38% under Biden-Harris. Food up 21%. Mortgage rates up 148%. Home insurance up 61%. Car insurance up 118%. Real wages, what you take home, down 2.24%. Does that sound like he's rebuilt the middle class to you? Does it? Let's be honest. All right? The average American does not have $500 in savings. Does that sound like a rebuilding of your security? So it's a disaster. But the Democratic Party is not going to acknowledge any of that, even though they are in fact stone. They're in stone, and you cannot debate them. Okay? Now, we source the whole thing. If you are a premium or concierge member, you can get a transcript of what I just told you. But I tell you, there's no debate about it. So when you have 50% of all working people in this country that don't have $500 in the bank, you got a disastrous situation. And the Democratic Party wants to raise taxes on corporations. That is their centerpiece in Chicago. And the corporations will pass that cost along to the consumer. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. Now, socially, drug deaths in the United States are up 36% under Biden. And that stat is low because a lot of people don't even report the ODs. They put them on some other, on a death certificate, some other cause of death. 36%. Now, it's again because of the open border, the massive amount of narcotics. And narcotics is the main driver of social disorder. Now, this is an amazing stat. You ready? 68% of convicts in county and local situations are drug addicted. 6-8. And they have no problem buying any narcotic they want. And it's cheap because of the open border. Does that sound like backbone of middle class to you, rebuilding? Does it? So this is just a catastrophe of bad social economic stats. I'm not even going to get into overseas. Okay, it's not even worth doing that at this point. So there you have it, and that people are in Chicago on the convention floor cheering and screaming for the success of the Biden-Harris administration. And you look at them and you go, okay, we know what it is. People believe what they want to believe. Facts don't matter. You know people like that. I know you do. I don't have too many of them around me because I frighten the hell out of them. Okay? Because, you know, this is my job. My job is to assemble this kind of information. But, you know, look, Joe Biden's the second worst president in American history. My upcoming book, Confronting the Presidents, out September 10th, will document that. When Trump says Biden's the worst, Trump is wrong. He's not the worst. Buchanan was worse, James Buchanan. Okay? But Biden's number 2. And believe me, I will lay it out so a fourth grader could understand it. Okay, that's the memo.